students, welcome to my channel. So today we'll discuss vibrational spectroscopy. So before starting our vibrational spectroscopy, I would like to tell you, please subscribe my channel and like my channel and also follow my channel. Okay. So today we'll discuss vibrational spectroscopy. Also we'll read principles of vibrational spectroscopy and its the vibrational spectrometer and its applications. So what is vibrational spectroscopy? So vibrational spectroscopy is also called infrared spectroscopy. Vibrational spectroscopy is also called the infrared spectroscopy because the vibrational spectroscopy because the infrared radiations can be observed by this spectrometer, or the infrared radiations or the vibrational energy of molecule can be changed by the absorption of infrared radiation within 0.25 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer. So we will write what is vibrational spectroscopy. Vibrational spectroscopy is also called as infrared spectroscopy. Vibrational spectroscopy is also called as infrared spectroscopy. Why it is called infrared spectroscopy? Why it is called infrared spectroscopy? Because the vibrational energy of molecules can be changed by absorption of infrared radiations. This is because the vibrational energy can be changed. Because the vibrational energy of the molecules can be changed by the absorption of infrared radiations of infrared or IR radiations. So the vibrational spectroscopy is also called as infrared spectroscopy because the vibrational energy of molecules can be changed by the absorption of infrared radiations. So within the range 25 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer. So within the range 25 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer. Okay, 25 micrometer to 2.5 micrometer. Okay, have you written? Okay, now we'll describe what is infrared spectroscopy. So when the vibrational energy of molecule can be changed by infrared radiations, then it is called infrared spectroscopy. Now it is infrared spectroscopy. So what is this infrared spectroscopy? When the vibrational energy of molecule can be changed by infrared radiations, then it is called infrared spectroscopy or vibrational spectroscopy. Okay? Let's write down. When the vibrational energy of the molecule can be changed by infrared IR, infrared radiations, then it is called infrared spectroscopy. Or vibrational spectroscopy. So, when the vibrational energy of molecules, can be changed by infrared radiations, then it is called infrared spectroscopy or vibrational spectroscopy. Now, what is the principle behind the vibrational spectroscopy? So, for vibrational spectroscopy, the molecules must have dipole moment. For vibrational spectroscopy, like your rotational spectroscopy, we have already discussed in the last video about rotational spectroscopy. So so you can go to my link. If you need a rotational spectroscopy, you can go to my link. So for vibrational spectroscopy, the molecule must possess dipole moment. So what is a dipole moment? Let us discuss. So what is the principle? The principle behind the vibrational spectroscopy. So for vibrational spectroscopy, the molecules must possess dipole moment. So what is dipole moment? That means there will be positive charge and negative charge between the molecule, and due to this charge, there will be a dipole moment. So there will be attraction from positive to negative side and negative to positive sides, and what will happen? So thereby there will be a dipole moment will be created. So there will be circular movement of the molecule will be created. So as you have read in the rotational spectroscopy. So in the rotational spectroscopy, we have already discussed when there is a dipole moment of the molecule, in the molecule, so there will be creation of an electric field around the molecule. So there will be creation of the electric field around the molecule. So when there is a creation of electric field, so there will be the electric field is changing along this direction. The electric field will change around this direction. So this is the path of the electric field. This will be the path of the electric field. So when the path of electric field is changing again and again, so there will be change in the frequency. So there will be change in the frequency. So you can see the here. So there will be change in the path of electric field. So here the path is changing again and again. So as this will be like this. So the path of the electric field is changing. So when there is path of electric field is changing, so there will be change in frequency. So when there is change in frequency, so it will absorb the radiations. It can absorb the radiations. Okay. So there will be observation of rotational spectroscopy. But in case of a vibrational spectroscopy, the molecule must possess dipole moment, and when there is dipole moment also, so there will be stretching of the molecules. The molecules will vibrate along its axis, so like this direction. So as in a spring, so when we are stretching a spring, so what will happen? So there will be vibration of the molecule. The molecule will be vibrating. So here the molecule is so this is the actual position of the molecule. So due to vibration, what will happen? So it will go this position, again it will come back this position. So if this is the original position, the molecule is vibrating on this axis. So again it will go like this. So the molecule will vibrate like this. So the molecule will vibrate along its axis. So the position of the molecule will change slightly and again. So this is very small change will be there. So this kind of vibration is observed, and there will also be energy change of the molecule. So let us draw the energy change diagram. So if we consider this is the position of the A and B, okay, if this is the position of the A and B, so when the molecule gets energy, it is vibrating. So it is so here when R is increased, that means here R will come to this position. So here A is the position of the molecule. So A is the position of the one molecule and B is position of the another molecule. The distance between them is R. Now the molecule, when the molecule is vibrated, so it is going from B to this position, B to this position. Now distance is this much. So now extra energy is required here. So the energy is increasing. So this energy is increasing like this. Now this is the maximum energy required because it will reach here. The end of the energy will be here. So maximum energy will be this much. Then the molecule is again stretched backward. Okay. So first the molecule, the two molecules are present, A and B at position A and B. Now they are stretched here, one molecule. So when it is released, so again automatically come back. So just like a spring. So during vibration, also same thing will occur. So if you are considering a elastic, so if you stretch it to this one, then it will come back here and again go back. If a spring, it will be a spring. But here also, what will happen? Here the molecule is present at B position. So during stretching, the molecule go to B dash, like, and again come back to B double dash. So B double dash is here. So this will be the position R dash, R double dash. So likewise, again it will move to B dash. So So likewise this molecule will vibrate and the energy change will be this one. So here the molecule is going from molecule is at position A and B. The molecule is at position A and B. So when vibration is occurring, so the molecule is going from A to B dash. So when a molecule goes from A to B dash, so extra energy is required. So energy is increasing. Okay, energy is increasing. Now after that, what will happen? The molecule automatically draw itself because it will try to regain its own energy. So it will go back to B double dash. Okay, it will go back to B double dash. So then again the distance between molecule decreases. So likewise the distance between the molecule increase and decrease continuously. So this is the vibration of the molecule and the change in energy of the molecule. Okay. So what happens in case of rotational spectroscopy? I already told you. So in case of rotational spectroscopy, what will happen? The molecules are rotating about its axis. The molecules are rotating about its axis. The molecules are rotating about its axis, and the electrons and there is an electric field which is changing its direction, and the electric field is created. And which changes its direction. So if your two molecules are there, so like this one the position, so if they are rotating about this axis, so the electric field is changing like this one. So the electric field is changes its direction. The electric field is changing. Now what will happen? When this electric field is changing, the frequency of the molecule matches. The frequency of molecule will change. And when it matches to the frequency of radiation, then it absorbs the radiation and gives rotational spectra. Okay, so when it matches, then it gives the rotational spectra. Now this is the case for rotation. So in case of rotational spectroscopy, the molecules are rotating about its axis. So this is the axis above which the molecule is rotating, and the electric field is created. So when it is rotating, the electric field is created and changes its direction. So electric field is changing its direction. And the frequency of molecule from here. the frequency of molecule will change, and when it matches to the frequency of radiation, then it absorbs the radiation and gives the spectra, absorbs the radiation. Then it absorbs the radiation and it gives the rotational spectra. Okay. Now, what will happen in case of vibrational spectroscopy? Now, in case of vibrational spectroscopy, the dipole molecule what will it do? The dipole molecule vibrates about its axis. Vibrates about its axis, and the magnitude of energy changes. Already I have cleared you the diagram how the energy is changing. Here energy, this is the energy of the energy diagram. This one is the diagram for the energy, and this energy is changing. So this is your maximum, and this is your minimum. So when energy is changing, so there will be change in the frequency. So there is change in frequency. So there is a change in frequency, and when the frequency of molecule matches the frequency of radiation, then it absorbs the radiation, and gives the spectra, gives the vibrational spectrum, gives the vibrational spectrum. So this is how the vibrational spectrum is coming, or vibrational spectroscopy is occurring. This is how the vibrational spectroscopy is occurring. तो यहाँ क्या हो रहा है कि जब एक वाइब्रेशनल स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोप में क्या हो रहा है कि एक वाइब्रेटिंग डाइपोल मॉलिक्यूल व्हेन इट वाइब्रेट्स इट्स अबाउट इट्स एक्सिस, तो ये जब इट्स एक्सिस मतलब यहाँ पे हम लोग पहले से एक डायग्राम बनाए थे, तो ये इसका मिड पॉइंट है, यही इसका एक्सिस है, ठीक है। तो ये वाइब्रेट कर रहा है इस तरह, ठीक है। ये जब वाइब्रेट हो रहा है, so the magnitude of the energy changes. So here the energy change diagram is there. So there is a change in frequency, and hence the frequency of the molecule. When the frequency of molecule match to the frequency of the radiation, then it absorbs the radiation and gives the vibrational spectrum. So this is the principle. So this is the principle for vibrational spectroscopy. Okay. Now there is another selection rule. So I will write also selection rule. Selection rule. Selection rule. So what is the selection rule? So already we have read selection rule. So for absorption of infrared occurs only when there is a change in vibrational energy level. So the absorption of infrared occurs only when the absorption of infrared radiation occurs only when there is a change in vibrational, there is a change in which energy? Vibrational energy. There is a change in vibrational energy. Vibrational energy. There is a change in vibrational energy level. And the change in vibrational energy and the change in vibrational energy is plus minus 1. Is plus minus 1. That is delta V, change in vibrational energy. Change in vibrational energy equal to plus minus 1. So the change in vibrational energy must be plus minus 1. So if it is more than that, then there will be no absorption. So now this is the diagram for the absorption of energy. Now it will be this will be V0, V1, V2, V3. Okay. Now there will be change from V0 to V1. Then it will be V1 to V2. Only one level it will jump, V2 to V3. It cannot jump more than that. There will be no change from V0 to V3. There will be no change from V0 to V2. So only when delta V is only plus minus 1. So it can jump from V1 to V0 or V0 to V1. It can jump V1 to V0 or V0 to V1. So only plus minus 1. Now we can find also energy of the molecules. So energy of molecule E you can find by this equation V plus 1 by 2 H mu, and V, the value of V is 0, 1, 2 up to n. V is the 0, 1, 2 up to n. So what will be E0? So E0 is equal to 0 plus 1 by 2 H mu, or we can write also V plus 1 by 2 mu bar. So this will be mu bar. Okay, you can write here V plus 1 by 2 H mu or V plus 1 by 2 mu bar. So it is E0 will be 0 plus 1 by 2, 0 plus 1 by 2 mu bar, and E1 will be 1 plus 1 by 2 mu bar. Now E1 minus E0 equal to delta E is equal to 1 plus 1 by 2 mu bar minus 0 plus 1 by 2 mu bar. So that is equal to 3 by 2 mu bar minus 1 by 2 mu bar is equal to 2 by 2 mu bar. So this will be 2 by 2 mu bar. Okay. Or that is equal to mu bar. So delta E equal to, what is delta E? Delta E is equal to mu bar. Here delta E equal to mu bar we found. So delta E equal to mu bar is how much? H mu. Mu bar is equal to H mu. So delta E is equal to H mu. Okay. Now this is the selection rule for the absorption. Okay. Now we will do the spectrometer diagram. So block diagram of spectrometer. Block diagram of vibrational spectroscopy. Now what will you do? We first will. So you know as in all the spectrometer there will be a source. There will be a source. Then from the source it will pass through a slit. It will pass through a slit. So this is your slit. Now as it is passing, then there is a V-like structure through which the radiation is divided in two directions. Okay, and then it is passing through monochromator. So monochromator scans the radiations, and this after monochromator it passes through a sample here. Sample is taken, and here reference. Now the pen passes to a splitter. So this is a splitter. This is a splitter. Then another detector is there. Detector. So this part is splitter and this part is detector. Then it goes to processor. Then it goes to printer. So it is the printout or whatever the study is made. So this is the block diagram for the vibrational spectroscopy. So this is your source. And from the source that radiation is coming, or it is passing through the sample. The sample is here taken. So any sample you take, then there is a reference. Here it is a reference. Okay. So from the sample it is coming to the splitter. Then it goes to the from the splitter goes to the detector, then to the processor, and then we take the printout. So by taking the taking the printout, here spectroscopy is. Now let us go to the application. What are the applications of vibrational spectroscopy? We will go one by one. Application of vibrational spectroscopy. Application of vibrational spectroscopy. What is the applications? So first is it is used to detect the functional group. To detect the functional group. So first is it detect the functional group in chemical substances. In chemical substances. Okay. So first is it detect the functional group in the chemical substances. So it is also used to detect the cis isomers. Cis isomer in organic compounds. Organic compounds. That is used to detect the cis isomers in organic compounds. It is also used to analyze surfaces. So because the surfaces can be of different types, so it is used to analyze different surfaces. It is used to analyze different surfaces. So in case of, it is also used in biology. So in biology it is used to commonly employed qualitative structure and their changes in the structure. So it is used in biology to study the structure, qualitative structure. To study the qualitative structure. Okay. So these are the some of the applications of UV spectroscopy. So now you can, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. So my number is 79784 99429. If you have any doubt, you can call me in this number. So if you have not subscribed my channel till now, so please subscribe, like and forward. So please forward my video. Okay, thank you all. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.